podcast. If you're watching on demand, this is the first time since WrestleMania weekend
Yeah, I think it's been that long. Yeah.
that me and Felix are back doing a podcast, and it feels good because I ain't gonna lie to you, I hate doing shit by myself like that. But as whatever life throws at you, because I can tell you right now that I there's so much stuff that I never share. I never share that I've went through. So like life gets you, and sometimes it gets you for a little bit, for a long ways. But he's back, and I'm grateful that he's back, and I'm grateful that we're here for Money in the Bank preview and predictions. London, hey, I'm gonna be disappointed if London ain't close to Puerto Rico. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know they go to London often, but I not much often, but I will be very up. Crowd is not close to the Puerto Rico crowd. Um, episode 56. We don't have much stuff, but we're gonna talk. It's mostly gonna be Money in the Bank and preview predictions and everything. But how you doing today, Felix?
I'm doing great, doing great. I'm very glad to be back. I've missed doing the podcast, like been away for a few months, like due to like personal stuff going on in life and stuff hitting me. But I'm very glad to be back, and I can't wait to talk about Money in the Bank, especially because I'll be there actually. Like I'm actually going to Money in the Banks, so and I can't wait. Like just ever since Clash, I've just been desperate to go to another pay per view like that again because like Clash was incredible and just being in that atmosphere again. I hope London brings it, like you said, they should do because UK crowds are always top notch. So yeah, I can't wait. So yeah, let's get into these predictions.
Uh, right, but before we go into the predictions, we're going to just talk about the newsworthy stuff and news coming out. And then we'll go right into Money in the Bank. Um, I gotta start it off with this just because when I saw this, and I think a lot of people are excited because how much he's a damn legend. Randy Orton will be back very very soon. Could be Money in the Bank. That would be wild. Um, the only part I don't like about this, and you'll understand when I say it, is I saw a thing where he could actually come back and help Matt Riddle beat Gunther.
Mm,
That would
mm,
for me. For me, I don't think they're going to do that. That's just
no,
stupid. But if he does come back, I think he could just screw Riddle out of it. And
screw Riddle over.
yeah,
Yeah,
however you want to put it, Randy Orton's going to be the babyface no matter what because people love Randy Orton. Matt they Matt Riddle, the audience, but it's not going to be enough to be the babyface if they have a program.
no,
So
no.
Randy back just in general with what we heard with the news about his back and all that. On Kurt Angle's podcast, he actually said that he looks really good and is definitely going to come back very soon. If it
That's
could,
great because like especially like at one point we heard like news that he could be retiring because of it, and everyone was in a huge panic. So it's great to hear that he's going to be coming back very soon, and everything's going to be fine. So big
yeah,
thumbs up.
yeah. So I never, when all that came out, I'm thinking there's no, even if they say that he needs to retire, I don't think he will, just because he would do one more run. Like if he's,
Mm.
and the way he looks, pictures and everything, you're like, that's the guy that's going to be retiring. He looks best shape ever. But yeah, Randy Orton's going to be returning. There's a lot of news saying Money in the Bank. maybe on the road to SummerSlam or at SummerSlam. It really just depends where he fits in. So I can't wait to see what he does. Hopefully, it ain't the first option to what I saw on the article, but who knows? Um, talking about returns, supposedly Carlito is signed and supposed to return. Let's say July 7th, which is the SmackDown at MSG, I believe. That's what's being reported. I don't know. I knew he was going to be signed because they've had interest back and forth. So I'm just glad to see Carlito back overall in general. Um, I don't know how much of a run he would have, but just seeing him back. I mean, he's in great. That's one thing he didn't lose. It's like over the years he's gained that strength and just his health overall. He looks fantastic, honestly.
Yeah, it's crazy how like the shape he is in now. Like you think back to what he used to be. He's now arguably in the best shape of his life ever, which is rare to see. So yeah, I think you'll have a great run in WWE if he stays around. Maybe not for a long time. Again, we don't know how long he would stay around for, but I feel like even if it is a short run for him, I feel like he'd kill it. So yeah, I'm happy to see him potentially back like permanently. So yeah, thumbs up for me.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know what's up with these people that get older and they seem like they get in better shape when they were older than they were younger. Kind of insane to me. But um, Tommaso returning that I love that he's back and everything. But I'm gonna be honest with you. What the fuck? Who gives a fuck about the Miz and Ciampa? Why? Why on God's earth are we doing Ciampa and the Miz? I don't even give a damn if they were teamed up. I don't. Like it's been 9 months. The Miz hasn't said a damn word about Ciampa except one time when Johnny came out in that stupid storyline and basically came out and said, "Hey, maybe you should take him or called him. He's injured." That's the only thing we heard from the Miz about it. So I don't like this. And the original plan was for Ciampa to come and do the open challenge against Seth. Of course, we'll talk about that stupid motherfucker, the old man. We'll talk about him later. But it was him that has been changing shows. We'll talk about it. But I would rather much seen Champa versus Rollins and end up in a great 15, 20-minute match with the ending being like no DQ or something. But
But yeah, like overall, I'm incredibly happy to see Tommaso Ciampa back. I've missed him so much, and especially him bringing back his old theme. That that is brilliant. Like that immediately, like it's that's the thing. When a wrestler like has a certain theme song, it sort of adds to the character. So like when Ciampa like got rid of his old theme, it sort of died down his character a little bit, especially when he started teaming with Miz and all that. It just didn't feel like the Ciampa we knew and loved. But now that he's back, he's brought the theme back. He's probably going to reunite with Johnny at some point, so they're going to have a little thing going on. And then, yeah, it'll be just great to see what Ciampa does going forward, and maybe we can get a little bit of that NXT Ciampa back. So, yeah, I'm very excited to see what Ciampa does in the future. I'm happy to see him back.
yeah, oh, if they reunite DIY, which I don't know if they will fully, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But I can't wait to see what they do with Champa. Glad he's back and everything, and back being healthy over. We gotta talk about it because he's been in the news, but it's not really his fault if we're being honest. Um, that's the great CM Punk, the great CM.
Hmm.
So for me, I don't know how you feel about this going back and forth, hearing something new every day. Oh my gosh, some of these dirt sheets, I know they got to stay alive with big, big time articles and something that's going to get people on their sites. But oh my gosh, they are wearing this man's name every day or so. And you knew when he returned and everything, he was going to say something on the lines of about the young bucks. It was going to happen, no matter what. So, like, even the jab or whatever, I don't know if you even call it a jab, but you can with what he said. It's like that's not even as bad as what he probably could have said. He could have,
No, God, no.
he literally could went out there and fully pop bombed it and just not even tell Tony at all what he was going to say. He said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to say this," and do a 360. He didn't do that. So I'm gonna just say this: I'm really on the side of CM Punk more, and I know a lot more people are siding with him with this situation. I just want him to be able to go out there, wrestle, and do what he wants to do since he's back. Just let him wrestle, dog. Not every
Yeah,
little thing he says has to be about that situation. So
no.
that's just my little 2 cents about it. I don't know what you think about that, but
No, I agree. Like, yeah, like I know the situation that happened was a big topic in wrestling and all that, and obviously they're going to milk it a bit and have Punk talk about it. But just let the man just come back and just wrestle and just do what he does. Like have a return feud, whatever. Just let him do what he needs to do. Like don't have him just constantly talk about that situation. Like there's no point. It's unnecessary. Like if you want to talk it, if you want to turn it into a Punk, Young Bucks feud, then by all means. But don't just have him like just constantly come out and like just talk about the situation and like to me that's just milking it too much. Like just move on. If you're not going to do a feud, then just move on.
yeah, that's what I think too. The last thing I would say about this: do you think they eventually will have a program together?
Probably. Like if I'm Tony Khan, I'm turning that into a feud, and basically that's how I'm milking it. I'm going to turn it into a feud that's going to make everyone tune in on TV because that's going to bring in viewers.
Mhm. I don't know how, I don't know how they do it, but they got All In coming up. All In's going to be the one in Wembley, isn't it? Right?
Yes,
Yes. Okay. They got that coming up, and I'm just telling you right now, if they were really, really, really smart, I'd pull the trigger on doing it already, just because and you can still keep it going a little bit. But imagine a main event. Now, I mean, you can still do like if they want to do Will and Omega number three in the main event, that's cool. But like if if they want something that's going to attract and have a true just feel like storyline with this, you do the Bucks Omega versus FTR and Punk. That would be a solid main event.
that'd be good. That'd
So,
be really good.
but I don't know. I don't know. I think they will do it, but when I don't know. That I don't know. I would think that if they were to pull the trigger on it, they would do it really quick because All In with Wembley and everything would be a great spot to do it. But who knows?
I agree.
The last bit of news, and then we're going to Money in the Bank preview and prediction. Um, there was a big meeting in Creative, believe it or not, for SummerSlam and Survivor Series plans. And plus all that, not just Nick Khan, but Triple H is frustrated with Vince's late late changing around shows. Uh,
Surprise, surprise.
and Triple H seems like a very cool collective person when he's in that role. So for him to be upset and to see that Nick Khan is actually coming out, or not. He hasn't said it, but reports are coming out that he's frustrated with the changes too. Honestly, Nick Khan doesn't even have to stay with the company, like if he doesn't want to. If you have a big name like that leave the company after the sale and all that, that is going to be like, okay, warning, warning, big warning signs. Because I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I knew, you're going to get your Triple H stuff on the shows, and you're going to get a majority of your Vince stuff. But the last few weeks has been terrible with a lot of Vince stuff. Someone is going to have to step in, or they are legit. I kid you not. They are legit going to have to do a strike and everything and say, hey, this man got to go. I think that's the only way Vince is no longer in none of the process. You got to have a strike.
That would be a way of doing it. Just have the entire roster, staff, just everyone just go on strike and just be like, "Yep, nope, we're not doing anything until this man is gone." That that'd be the only way of doing it, really.
I mean, even I don't know. They got to, because this, some of the stuff is ridiculous, but it seems like, and since Vince has been back, when it comes to pay per view, it feels like Triple H has booked most of it when it comes to pay per views. Most of the show.
Must,
All of the
which
show.
is good.
But it feels like he's done most of the show. So I am praying and hoping Money in the Bank is the same thing, or we're going to get fucking screwed big time.
Yep. Basically, if Vince is in control, a certain someone is winning Money in the Bank, and it's not LA Knight.
We'll go.
We'll go on to that. We'll go on to that.
Yeah, we will. That'll be the last thing we talk about. That'll be one of the last things we talk about. But all right, Money in the Bank. Honestly, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, Cody and Dom's force." I don't really give a damn. Cody's got to be on this long path of whatever the hell struggle he's been doing. Does he even still have a broken arm? Who knows? But there's two matches on here that you can say, yeah, I'm going to go in the kitchen and get like a snack or some food, get a drink, use the bathroom. For me, looky, one of the matches has Ronda Rousey in it. Ronda Rousey and Shayna defending those worthless tag team titles against Raquel and Liv Morgan. Love Raquel and Liv. I love both of them. I love Shayna too. Ronda, yeah, well, I've had my rants about Ronda, so I'm not doing one. If anyone, if there was a betting odds with this, and if anyone's familiar with betting odds, Ronda and Shayna should be minus 1,000 easily, because I don't think Raquel and Liv have any chance of winning here. None.
None. Shayna and Ronda are definitely retaining. There's just no doubt about that. And to be honest, as much as I hate Ronda, they really should retain. To be honest, like it's not the right time to take the titles off them. But obviously, I'd want them to lose the title soon because I don't want Ronda as champion. But yeah, now's not the right time to do it. It wouldn't make any sense. So yeah, Shayna and Ronda retain. And yeah, that is the match. That is the match. That when I'm in the crowd, I'm probably not going to pay that much attention. So yeah, I'm just going to be snoozing that whole match. And that sucks because I love Liv and I love Shayna, like those two in particular. I do like those two, and hell, they face each other in Clash, and I enjoyed that match. As short as it was, I did enjoy that match. But yeah, that match I'm gonna have no interest in whatsoever.
Yeah, I hate to say it because I mean Raquel has gotten better. And I like. I, the only thing I dislike is she smiles too damn much for a powerhouse. A quote
Yeah,
house. She smiles too damn much. Shayna's been good. Just the booking of her has been it. So and that damn eyeliner BS is so awful. I think at this point she just does it on purpose. And Liv. I mean, Liv. I loved what they were doing with Liv, and when she was a champion, and then she got this edge, and then next thing they just stopped doing it.
they yeah.
Where did this edge go? It's like,
Yeah, like it seemed like she was going off the rails, and all of a sudden they just abandoned it. Like almost soon after they started, they were just like,
and
wasn't she like losing her mind? Where
yeah,
did that go?
and you know why they stopped that? She was probably going to be a part of Bray Wyatt's group.
Bray Wyatt's thing, yeah. So they weren't going with that anymore. So they were just like, yep. Well, we don't need to do this anymore.
Yeah. Um. I hope Bray comes back soon or something. I look. Even though there's a lot of people that just don't like what he does, I've always enjoyed it. So I don't know.
So have I.
Um. All right. I don't know if this is going to be in order, but we'll talk about this first. We got the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. This is going to be. I think they're going to kill it for the most part. But boy, is this fucking predictable. Oh my god. This is predictable. And I'm going to tell you right now, if Io Sky does not win, oh my god. Oh my god. I will lose it when I do my review. I will lose it. I guarantee you I will lose it. I lose it if a certain person, the men's, don't win either. But I lose it more for the men's. But the there's only two other people that I would say, you know what, that's got a decent chance in this women's Money in the Bank with Io. I have to put in Bailey just because I think Bailey's really good, and if she wins it, she wins it, and Zoe because Zoe's like a dark horse type of thing. But Zoe's just starting out, but that's why for me it's got to be Io or Bailey, and it's got to be Io for me. I mean, there's no question about it. So my pick would be Io, and who should win is Io. But I have a, I don't know. I really hope it ain't no one else. If it is anyone else, it's got to be Bailey, just so she can get some credibility back up or something. That's the only two people that should even pull that briefcase and get it.
I agree. Yeah, EO for me should win definitely. Like I was always going to say that anyway because I'm a huge EO fan. But yeah, EO for me should definitely win. But as much as I hate to say it, yes, Bailey could win. That's another one. That's another possibility. Zoe's a dark horse, yes, but I don't think so. No. As much as I hate to say it, this is a possibility that could happen because you know how WWE's like. They could have Becky win it, even though she is literally the last person that needs it, but she's never won it before. And you know how they're like. We gotta give it to someone so they can add it to their list of accomplishments. So Becky could win it. As much as I hate to say it, do I think Becky should win it? No. Do I want Becky to win it? No. But Becky could win it. But I'm gonna go with maybe WWE's gonna do the right decision here. Fingers crossed. And Yeah, I'm going to predict EO to win. Because like it's either EO or Bailey that should win. It should be someone in damage control, because then one of them wins it, one of them doesn't. That leads to the eventual breakup of all of damage control and that all breaking down. But in my opinion, it should be EO doing it because it makes more sense for Bailey to get jealous and then turn on EO than the other way around, in my personal opinion. So EO wins it, Bailey gets jealous, turns on EO, all that stuff that goes on. So yeah, EO Sky becomes Mrs. Money in the Bank for me.
Okay.
Definitely.
I do feel bad because we didn't mention her at all. But Selena is in this match, if y'all didn't know.
Yeah, she's got no chance. I'm sorry, but she doesn't.
But I do like how they are giving her more and more spots, at least.
Yeah,
Because
I agree. 'Cause she is talented. Uh,
not bad.
and it'll be interesting to see what she does.
Yeah. All right. To the second least favorite match of this card for me, uh, Cody Rhodes versus Dom Dom. Uh, Dom. Well, I can tell you right now, this would be the ultimate struggle if Cody Rhodes lost to Dom. I mean, this would be terrible. um, and that's just not going to happen. Now they could. Dom has gotten a whole lot better, and I could. I mean, I think this could be a really solid match too, and everything. So, like, even though I'm putting it down as my second least favorite match, just excited for it, I still think it could be a very solid match. But Cody's definitely winning here. I would be very shocked if Dom won.
Yeah, I agree. Cody's definitely winning, no doubt about that. Like you said at the start, like this match is very forced. Like, let's be honest, like it's just a filler match for Cody while we wait for SummerSlam and whatever he does there. That's literally all this match is. Um, but like Dominic has been one of the best things in WWE for the past few months with the whole thing with Rhea Ripley and Judgment Day and all that. That's just been entertaining. So he does deserve a spot, to be fair, against someone like Cody Rhodes. It's not something that really makes sense, like storyline wise, of why they would be feuding. But nonetheless, it should be a good match, like you said. Like Cody has great matches with pretty much anybody. Dominic, he's been getting better, so I do feel like Dominic and Cody can have a really good match together. So yeah, I'm sort of excited for it in that sort of sense that I think it's going to be a good match. But yeah, it's predictable also. So yeah, Cody's definitely winning. There's no doubt about that. It'd be the biggest upset if Dominic did win, but no, Cody's winning.
There was reported that there might be an upset at Money in the Bank, but it wasn't going to involve the women's, the men's Money in the Bank, or Cody and Dom. So take
Hmm.
that wherever you want to. I don't know what that means, but could it mean for this match, Seth versus Ben Balor? Could Seth really lose the championship this quickly?
It could happen. It could if like as much as like it's sort of unlikely because like Seth has only just won it. I am thinking like if Seth loses it, think about it. If Seth loses the title, does that really hurt him or impact him in any way? Not really, because even if he loses the belt, he's still as popular as you'll be. Like he's always going to be over with the fans, no matter what. Like everyone's going to be singing his song, all that, no matter what. And Seth always finds a way to bounce back from traumatic losses anyway. Like losses don't even affect Rollins. But on the other side, if Finn Balor loses, think about it. Like, what has Finn Balor got to fall back on? Like, Judgment Day in general, apart from Rhea Ripley, they've just been taking losses after losses after losses after losses with Finn and Priest and Dominic to an extent. Um, Apart from Rhea Ripley, like Judgment Day just kind of loses a lot of matches. So I just feel like this could be something maybe like for Balor and for Judgment Day to get a lot of momentum going in terms of everyone in general as a group and not just Rhea. So I don't think it's likely, but it could happen. Like I could see it happening that Finn Balor could get that massive win that he needs to really push him up, and Seth don't lose too much. So yeah, if there's an upset happening, this could be the match. It just depends on whether it will happen or not. I personally going to predict that it doesn't. I'm going to go with the most likely option here and say Rollins retains. But I would not be too surprised if Finn Balor does win the belt.
I've went back and forth just thinking about this match, and every sign just points to be like, damn, Finn really needs this and needs to win. But I mean, if they've had dissension in the Judgment Day, and if they're actually going with the route of having Priest or Balor out of, I don't know. I don't even want them to do that, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I don't know where the damn upset's going to come from, but I don't think it's going to come from this match. I think it's going to be a fantastic match, but Seth is retaining, in my opinion. Um, it's going to be solid, but man, I just don't see Finn winning it. I don't see Seth losing it this quick. Even though the loss ain't going to discredit him, I don't see him losing this quickly, though.
No.
So this next matchup is probably going to be the main event, I would say, just because of the storyline, which is Solo and Roman versus the Usos, Civil War, and all that. Uh, mm,
This could be the upset, you know? This could very well be the upset. And Usos might win. Maybe by pinning Solo, the massive shock would be if Jay pins Roman in
that
this match.
I as much of a big shock that would be.
I don't think it should happen or will happen,
The only
but
time that should happen is when he loses the
it's
title.
when he loses the belts. Yeah, I agree. Like, if you have Roman unpinned for this long, you should not have him pinned whatsoever in any way, shape, or form until he loses the belts. So I will agree with you there. But if they really wanted to do a huge shock in London, then they could have Jay pin Roman in this match, but I don't think it'll happen. I think the Usos will win, but I think they'll pin Solo. Um, yeah, this might be the upset because everyone would be thinking like, Roman's going to win, but I think the Usos will get it done. I think the Usos will win. They'll pin Solo, and that might be the upset. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Usos.
It's crazy to me. You know, a lot of people have doubted Roman to win some certain matches, especially WrestleMania with Cody and all that. And I was the first one to say Roman's going to retain. As bad as I didn't want to see it, I had a feeling Roman was going to retain somehow, some way. So, and that's how much power Roman has in this match. We're calling one of the greatest tag teams in the world ever an upset to win a tag team match. You know how bad that is? One of
You
the great,
you, you make a very valid point.
one of the greatest tag teams ever is going to upset someone in a match. I don't care if it was Roman. Like, I don't care who it was on the other side. One of the best tag teams ever, and we're calling it an upset, which it would be. That's the crazy part of this. It's how much power Roman has had in his matches of thinking you know what, Roman's going to lose this one, and then he doesn't. You know what? With that being said, I do think the Usos will win. I do think the Usos will win. Um, It's so crazy to me that we're calling it upset. It just is. It's just mind blowing.
As soon as you said that, my mind just sort of blew a little bit. I was like, well, hang on, he's making a fucking point here. Like, we're calling literally one of the greatest tag teams to ever exist an upset to win a tag team match against two people that haven't even teamed that much in Roman and Solo. Like, it's just when you put it with no context, it makes no sense that we're calling it an upset. But when you add in the context of Roman, then yeah, it is an upset at the end of the day. Um, Also, I will put this out there: when Usos do win and pin Solo, Roman gets mad at Solo. Solo turns on Roman, gets fed up of his shit too, like the Usos did, and Solo follows suit with the Usos. Could happen. Or maybe they'll wait until the SmackDown afterwards, but could
I,
happen.
I think you pull the trigger at Money in the Bank
Yeah,
for that for sure because Solo's one of them that one he don't talk he does action, and when he
yeah.
talks SmackDown, that's when it got everybody because I was like, oh shit, okay, Solo is going with Jimmy and Jay. Nah. He just pulled a you got to pull that Money in the Bank. All right,
Agreed.
this ain't gonna be the main event, but this is the last match we're gonna talk about. Excuse me, the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Damian Priest. I've got it wrote down. Pete Dunne, not Butch. Pete Dunne. Daniel Shinsuke Nakamura, Ricochet, Logan Paul, and L.A.
Hey, night. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the first thing I will talk about because I think everyone's seen a video of it. I've retweeted and I legit, and this was for over a week ago. I legit have watched it on my timeline at least 30 times, 50 times in the last week. At least probably 30 times of where he started when he started with LA Knight 5 months ago to the reaction he got not last damn what is it say Tuesday last night from but the week before to when he came out. It's very incredible how 5 months of a difference it is when you have someone that builds his own character that is his idea and it works out fantastic like I knew it was going to anyways. So shout out to LA Knot for that, man. I know a lot of people are, glamoring for him. That that's very good. Um, and some people are saying something about, oh, they don't have like big time, like superstars in this matchup, like a big names. Well, I can tell you right now, I'd rather it be something like this, the format they have with who's in it. Because Money in the Bank for me is someone that's on the come up or in that scene that's close to that main event scene and or could be in that main event scene but just isn't. I like the people in this match. Now, I know a lot of people did not like how Logan Paul got into the match. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it either. But this match is made for Logan Paul to have unbelievable spots. And even if you like him, don't like him, I don't really care. He is going to make this match better and be very good. Now, yes, there's, that thing beside your head or something that's like, oh, damn, Logan could win it. But the way they did the ending and everything to not last week, but the week before, I do not think Logan is going to win. I don't think so.
I hope not. Yeah. When we talked about like Vince hasn't had too much control over the pay-per-views, Yeah, if Vince does on this one, he's making Logan Paul win in that match. You just know it. You know it. If Vince has his way in that match, there's going to be a winner in that match. It ain't going to be LA Knight. It's going to be Logan Paul. And I hate to say that. So, fingers crossed. Triple H, please don't let that happen. Um, but yeah, apart from that possibility, that scary possibility of Logan Paul winning Money in the Bank, him being in the match, like you said, makes that match better because it's literally made for him in terms of having those high spots that he loves to do in his matches. Especially with Ricochet in there too, because he's had some mad spots with Ricochet in the past, like the Royal Rumble. Imagine what he can do in Money in the Bank with Ricochet.
Mm.
It's going to be mad. Um, but yeah, about LA Knight, like you said, like the difference in 5 months compared to the reaction he got then to now, it's madness. How over he's gotten in the space of 5 months. You rarely see that. You absolutely rarely see that with a new character in this like era with recent WWE fans. You don't see that often at all. So it's madness to see LA Knights gain this much popularity in such a short space of time, and he deserves it because he's incredibly talented on the mic. He's very charismatic. He's great in the ring. He's got everything it takes to be a star. So yeah, it has to be him that wins Money in the Bank for me. Like there's no one else that there's no one else with that much momentum behind them that really comes out and just be like, yeah, he should win Money in the Bank. It should be LA Knight. There's no doubt about that. Like, yeah, I love many other people in this match. Like, I love Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne's one of my favorites. So, like, as much as I would love to see him win Money in the Bank, he should win it right now with the situation he's in with, the whole Butch stuff. I think with Pete, like after he loses in Money in the Bank, like they'll go down the route of he'll break away from the Brawling Brutes, possibly turns heel on Sheamus and all that, and goes out on his own. But yeah, so he shouldn't win in this match. Like Nakamura, he doesn't need it. Like the ship has sailed with Nakamura, unfortunately. If Nakamura was going to win Money in the Bank at any point or be a world champion, it would have been years ago during the feud with Styles or whatever. So the ship has sailed with Nakamura. Ricochet, there's no momentum behind him whatsoever to really do it. Um, Priest would be a decent shout. It's just that he doesn't deserve it as much as LA Knight does. So yeah, in my opinion, there's only two people that can really win, and one everyone wants to win, and the other one no one wants to win, and that's LA Knight and Logan Paul. So yeah, in my opinion, LA Knight wins the match. He should win the match. Fingers crossed he will.
Do you think he will? Do you actually think that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think Triple H will get in there, make the right decision, and LA Knight will win.
Okay, so for me, you didn't even say anything about Santos Escobar. That's when you know that bum doesn't even deserve to be in this match, probably. Santos, even though I like Santos, he don't. He's like him and Nakamura are the outliners of this match,
Pretty much, yes.
and I hate saying that about Shinsuke Nakamura too. I really do, but
Same.
are the outliners of this match. Like you look at it and you're like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have loved Bronson Reed to be in this than Nakamura. Bronson Reed would have been to spotlight Bronson more, like more of the crowd. This would have been perfect.
Can you imagine someone like Bronson Reed trying to climb the ladder? That'd have been a visual in of itself.
That would have been crazy. But I only see three people that should win this if it happens. That's Damon Priest as the dark horse, Logan Paul, and of course LA Knight, the favorite. Which I did see something, and this was yesterday. So I mean, I know we're getting closer every day to Money in the Bank, but LA Knight is the favorite, and a lot of it points to them not changing that. So I really hope that's the case because I got LA Knight, and I think I think they will actually pull the trigger and have him win. I don't. I don't think they're going to go a different direction. I will say this: if they do go to a different direction, I think it's Damian Priest. I don't think it'll be Logan.
Fingers crossed. That would be the ideal situation. Because Priest winning, I would not mind too much. Yeah, it would suck for LA Knight, and everyone I'm pretty sure would not be too happy that LA Knight didn't win. But if it's Priest, at least Priest will be able to make something out of it with the whole Judgment Day situation, and maybe it can propel him into something in the future. But it's just because there's not as much momentum behind him as LA Knight. LA Knight makes much more sense.
Yeah, I think if they really fuck this up, that it's really bad. It's really bad. Um. So my last question is, with hopefully LA not winning, are we going to see a cash in?
Not the same night. No, I definitely not the same night. Because in my opinion, someone like LA Knight should be holding on to that briefcase for a while. Just have him just build with it. Like have him just be that like constant annoying gnat next to the champions, just constantly just getting on their nerves with the briefcase. Like that'd just be the best way to do it with LA Knight because he's got the charisma to do it.
Wait a minute. He's on SmackDown, so that would be Roman. He would have to go after, wouldn't he?
That is true, but Raw and SmackDown superstars have been going on both brands, right?
Yeah, yeah, but if we're going to be technical about it, he's got to go after
If
Roman.
we're going to be Yeah, if we're being technical, yeah. But if they're able to go on both brands now, then I suppose you could go after Rollins too. Like, say if he cashes in on Rollins, then and wins that, you could go over to Raw. I don't know. I don't know how it would necessarily work. But if we're being technical, then yes, Roman would be the main champion that he'd be going after. But that doesn't mean he can't also annoy Seth a little bit.
Now, look, I'm going to say something very outrageous here. Very. All right, so I don't know how this match card is going to be, but I assume Roman and Solo versus the Usos are going to be the main event, just because of the
Yeah.
sign and everything. Say LA Knight wins, I I could see him pulling the trigger that same night or at SummerSlam and cashing it in on Roman and winning. I think
That
if he does win, I could see it by SummerSlam.
That would be outrageous. Outrageous in a good way, mind. Like I would like to see that because that would immediately propel LA Knight to superstardom.
Okay, this is going to be my official prediction. I could be wrong. I've been very wrong with a lot of them. LA Knight wins. I don't know what Roman's going to do with SummerSlam. Maybe against Jay for the title. Who knows? I think LA Knight against Roman on SummerSlam to end the show and wins it. Because I don't think he's going to hold it for that long. Because I think Triple H knows, and I think even Vince knows with how he is with the crowd. And even though Vince is an old motherfucker, he knows when someone is over with the crowd. And I think they're going to do it because I think after SummerSlam, I think Roman's going to take a good break.
Yeah. Well, I do think Roman's losing the belts at SummerSlam regardless. Whether it be to LA Knight with a cash in, or Jay, or Cody, whoever it may be. Whoever it may be that ends up beating Roman for the titles, I do think he's losing the belts at SummerSlam, regardless. LA Knight would be a shout. I just don't think Roman's gonna lose the belts by a cash in. I think if you do it, Roman's gonna lose in an actual match, like for a
Well,
long match that someone gets the best of him.
the only reason cash in is I think they will do Jay versus Roman and have this storyline where, hey, I started it and I'm going to try to end it. say Jay loses, but it's back and forth. I just I just have a feeling, especially with Vince having a lot of presence when it comes to Roman, is they have him losing a cash in and not a full match just because of a cash in. You got to think about it like this, and I've started thinking of the Vince way, the Vince way. And boy, he loves cash ins. Not gonna lie, he does love cash ins. And I just think that's how it's gonna be a hard, like just a heck of a match between them. And Roman's barely going to get the upper hand to Jay, and I think Roman's going to be very vulnerable, and that's when Roman eventually comes back, that's going to be brought up that he was beat up and all this and all that. I don't know.
A light bulb just popped off in my head. And I don't know if they would actually go ahead with this, but if they were to have LA Knight cash in, this is probably how I do it. Because a light bulb just popped in my head, and I'm very intrigued by this idea. So, say they do Roman and Jay in the main event of SummerSlam, or a match at SummerSlam. Roman wins, but it's a very back and forth match, like you said. So Jay gets close, but couldn't get it done. So Roman retains. Afterwards, like Roman sort of just like does his thing, like sort of like just shits on everyone. But like Jay, Jimmy, and Solo, like just even though Jay lost, all just have enough of his stuff and just basically just beat the holy hell out of Roman. Like just absolutely just kill him essentially. And then they'll have LA Knight cash in afterwards while Roman's just dead. And then they have LA Knight win the belt that way. So with the bloodline, cost Roman the belts.
Mm-hmm.
The same people that kept Roman's reign going all the way, that have helped him time after time after time after time, are the same ones who ended up costing Roman and stabbing him in the back and just getting rid of everything that he built. How like poetic would that be?
Now I'm mad I didn't think about that, but I always said whenever Roman loses the title, it's going to be because of them. It's going to be because of them. So that I like that idea a lot, and I think that could be. I honestly just think he's not going to lose in the full match. I just don't think unless they keep LA Knight keeps the briefcase longer, and Cody's the one that beats him at SummerSlam. If they go that route, but how they even get there, you tell me. I don't know. Cody's facing Dom at Money in the Bank. How the hell does he get from Dom to Roman again? What I think is going to happen is you have the Jay and Roman match at SummerSlam, and you have Cody Brock number 3 in a anything goes match, because that would be a hell of a match. Even if you don't like Brock Lesnar matches, when it's anything goes, you can tell you know there's going to be some crazy stuff that's going to happen. So Cody has still got to have loose ends with Brock. They're 1-1. Even though I wish they would have done it at Money in the Bank and just got the shit over with, we're going to
Yeah.
that for SummerSlam, because SummerSlam must be Brock Lesnar's favorite pay-per-view. Got to be. If you think about it. It feels like he's been on almost every SummerSlam since he returned.
Yeah, I think it's also I think Brock has like the best like win loss record at SummerSlam or something like that. Like he has like a lot of wins at SummerSlam. He's rarely lost at SummerSlam ever. So yeah, I think SummerSlam is his favorite pay per view. Like he's also there like literally every year. I don't remember a SummerSlam that he hasn't been on the card. So yeah, he's definitely gonna be at SummerSlam, like regardless. But yeah, I kind of wish he was a Money in the Bank with Cody, because then I could have seen Brock live, and I've never seen Brock live, so I'm a bit mad about that. But oh well. But yeah, SummerSlam. I feel like Brock and Cody 3 will happen because, like I said, it's 1-1. Like they sort of need to do a third match.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's how it's going to go, and I like your idea, and I think it's got to be SummerSlam because, like, after SummerSlam, like, what do you have? What's after SummerSlam? Payback.
Think so.
Roman ain't gonna want to be on a card called Payback like that. I don't think. I don't know what you would even have him do, but yeah, I think SummerSlam. Nonetheless, he's not going to be champion after SummerSlam.
No.
That'll be the end. But I don't know, man. But at least everyone can agree LA Knight should win. I even look before he got big with this LA Knight stuff. I literally told a buddy that I go and watch pay-per-views with at their house or they come over always. I said, you better watch out. I said, I know he just changed to a new character. I said, that's your Mr. Money in the Bank next year. I said that.
I actually.
I said that probably a year or I don't know. We're on the podcast and I said it too, but I said it to him.
Yeah. I was just about to say, I think we've actually said that on a podcast, like in the past, like about LA Knight. Like, it was either before he made the change or right as he made the change, where we were just like, next Money in the Bank, yeah, next year Money in the Bank, he's gonna be the winner of it. So we could be geniuses.
And if we're being honest, and I've seen a lot of people do this comparison, and it's so perfect. He's a mixture of The Rock and Stone Cold, if you think about it.
Especially The Rock, because like every time I watch his promos, just the way he delivers stuff, it's Rock esque.
Mm-hmm.
It just is. Like it's the closest thing to The Rock that we've ever had since The Rock, in terms of the way he delivers promos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not completely Rock esque, but it's got a mixture of it in there. So yeah, which I think is great. I feel like he does it in his own way that is very unique to LA Knight, and he kills it every time. So yeah, he's got everything it takes to be a superstar and a main eventer and one of the top guys in the company. He always has. So yeah, Money in the Bank is going to be what takes him there, and I can't wait to see what he does with it.
Yeah, I can't wait either. All right, so that's Money in the Bank. So we're going to pause with this wrestling stuff. I do have a topic to talk about, but we're going to let you talk about any transfers and everything with your football and because I almost slipped up and said the S word, but that's what it's called. I like to be more respectful than most people when they say soccer. I like to say it football now. So but yeah, you talk about that and stuff because I've been seeing tweets, but that's really the only thing I can barely follow my teams with my sports that I've watched. So like and everything.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this summer has been a bit crazy with the transfers. Well, the transfer news. In terms of actual transfers, there hasn't actually been much going on. It's just been a lot of interest, a lot of like, oh, we're interested in this player. We appreciate this player. We are like enthralled by this player. Just like fucking put a bid in for Christ's sake. But yeah, we got McAllister in, which is great. Like McAllister is someone we really needed, especially in our midfield situation. We really need to upgrade our midfield because it's been a big issue. But yeah, we got McAllister in for a bargain, like 35 million quid for a World Cup winner.
Yeah,
Sound. Yeah, so that's a bargain, but we do need more. I would say we need at least two more midfielders. That in my ideal situation, I think we get one more. If I'm being realistic, I think we get one more, but I want two more at least. And I say we get a centre back too. That's what we need. Whether we get them, not sure. But we've been linked with a few players. One of the players I'm most excited about that we've been linked with. I don't think we'll sign him because I think he's a bit of our price range. But if we do get him, he would be world class for us, and that's Nicolo Barella from Inter Milan. Now, I've always been highly rated on Nicolo Barella. He's always been one of my favorite midfielders in world football, and he's world class. Like, he's one of the reasons why Inter Milan got to the Champions League final last season, even though they did lose that to Man City, unfortunately. But he's one of the reasons why they got there in the first place. And I feel like he would transform our midfield from a midfield that could make our team challenge for top four to challenge for the title. So definitely get him. One of the players that we're likely to get and we're linked with is Kefren Turan from I forgot what team he plays for. Nice. Yeah, Nice. So Kefren Turan, he's very physical, very physical player, very good at dribbling with the ball. Quite what we need in terms of what we need on midfield, because our midfield has kind of lost that physicality that we used to have. And with a Klopp system, we need a midfield that's quite physical, good at keeping the ball, very press resistant, just like good at just keeping the ball. And I feel like Kefren Turan is very good at that, and that's what we need. So definitely get him in. Another midfielder we've been linked with is Kone, which would be great as well. Will we get him? Possibly. He's a possible player. He's very cheap, so very possible. It's just whether we will actually sign him. But fingers crossed we will, because Kone is a great player, very good at defending with the ball, a good defensive midfielder we also need, because Fabinho's getting up there in age. He's not as good as he used to be. So we do need someone fresher, someone newer in that CDM role. And Kone could be that. Someone else who could be very good in that CDM role that we've been linked with is Southampton's Romeo Lavia. Now, obviously, he'd be a very good buy. He'd be very cheap too, considering Southampton just got relegated down to the Championship. So he should be very cheap, like maybe around like 20 million, something like that. He'd be cheap. So I would not be sad at that signing either if we were to get him. In terms of a centre back signing, what I would love the most would be Cavadio, but he's going to Man City, unfortunately, it seems. So he's way out of our price range. Like, he's like, I think Leipzig are wanting like near 100 million for him. So yeah, no chance. In terms of like possible centre back signings, there's someone from, I think, Sporting called Iniaccio, which could be a good shout. There's also that Mickey. I forgot his second name, but it's Mickey something. It's Mickey Van something. He's Dutch, but he's quality too. I feel like he'd be a great signing too. So there's a few players we could go ahead and sign. It's just whether we'll actually go ahead and do it, because legit that's all I've been seeing. It's just like, we're interested in this player, and it's just like, yeah, it's all right. You're interested, but can you please just go ahead and just please put a bid in, please? Like, stop looking from afar and just actually go ahead and sign them. Just get it over with. If you're interested, then just go ahead and just do some conversations and do some talks and just get it over the line, because like, apparently, like, we heard like before the season ended that club wants to get all the signings in before preseason, and preseason is in less than 2 weeks. So hurry up, get the signings made so we could have a full preseason with all of our signings and just get stuff done. There's also been actually something I recently heard today that we've been linked with, and that's Federico Valverde from Real Madrid. Now that I would love. He's expensive though, so again, unlikely because of the price, but I feel like he'd be worth it for a midfielder of that quality. 75 million, but again, I feel like he'd be worth it because Federico Valverde, one of the best midfielders in world football as well, especially for Real Madrid. And hell, he was one of the main reasons why we lost the Champions League final the season before. He got the assist for Vinicius Junior's goal. So yeah, he would be a great buy, even though it'd be an expensive one. I feel like it'd be 100% worth it. someone who we've also been linked with, as we do every transfer window, even though it's literally an impossibility that we get him because there's no fucking chance. And that's Kylian Mbappe. Now that would be my dream signing, a signing I would absolutely love to get. Like literally, if we sign him, we'll win everything for the next decade. But will we sign him? Absolutely not, because we need to spend like over 100 million for him, probably like 200 million. It's just not going to happen. There's only one club he's going to, and that's Real Madrid. That's the only club that can buy him. They stole Jude Bellingham from us, so we weren't even able to get Jude Bellingham, who we've been trying to get for 2 years. And we decided, yeah, you know what? No, he's too expensive, so we're not going to go ahead and get him, even though our owners promised they would get him. But it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, if you're if you can't tell, I'm very frustrated by our owners. FSG, man, they're like I'm grateful for them because like we got like our first Premier League in 30 years under them and all that. Like we have won stuff under them and all that, but it's just like with certain people, certain transfers that we tried to get, they always limit us in terms of what we can actually get because they're very stingy with money. But yeah, that's my mini rant on FSG. But yeah, that's pretty much everything in terms of transfer news. And Luis Diaz got his new shirt number, which is very good. He went from 23 to now number 7, so
I,
that's all good. Hopefully, Darwin Nunez follows, and he can go from number 27 to number 9 because our number 9 is now free because Roberto Firmino is now gone, sadly. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I can really think about from in terms of a Liverpool standpoint for transfers. So yeah, I think that's about everything I've got. So I'll move it on to you, Tyler.
so to talk about your team being stingy of not doing money, my team in the NBA, the Dallas Mavericks, are really like that. They've been stingy, but now since we got signed Kyrie back and we got Luca and all that in there, I think they're stingy. But I understand your point of view with teams being stingy, your team being stingy with the signings and all that. Because I mean, if I do watch, it's most of the time it's like Liverpool or if the World Cup's going on, just because it's so hard with the time difference for me to watch it with my schedule. So
Funny enough, that's the same thing with me and NBA. Like I want to watch more NBA. Like I'm a Golden State fan, so like I want to watch more NBA. But it's just the time difference. They're always playing games when it's late at night, and I'm either working or asleep. I'm doing nothing else. So I can't afford to watch them, unfortunately. Like with the time difference. So I completely understand you there.
yeah, it kind of sucks, but it does because I do want to watch more. But yeah. Okay, the topic that I'm going to ask about is I want you to name WWE versus AEW matchups you would like to see.
Alrighty then. No pressure. Here we fucking go. Okay. Well, number one, and this has been a dream match of mine for years, like the longest time, and that's AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega. Hello, Yusuf. Well, welcome. Omar's in the bank. He's not even in the match.
I don't know if it's backstage for Money in the Bank, but
uh, can you imagine, like, if Omos was in the match? Like, can you imagine the visual of him trying to climb a ladder? That big fucking huge crane climbing a ladder. Jesus, he probably wouldn't even need a ladder. You only need to go up like a quarter of the way. You could probably grab it. He's gonna do a Brock Lesnar. Oh my god.
I hope not.
Well, someone gets injured, and they're not gonna be able to be in the match, and then Omos fucking takes his place. Like, oh Christ. Don't even put ideas in Vince's head. Don't even try it. Um, But yeah, AJ Styles vs Kenny Omega is my number one dream match in terms of a WWE vs AEW match. But yes, AJ Styles, Kenny Omega Styles. Yeah, honestly, like even though AJ Styles is not like in his prime years and what he used to be like back in like 2016, 2017, 2018, AJ Styles, even still, like Styles Omega would still be incredible now. Like I would absolutely love to see that match. Because yeah, it's two of my favorites, and like two of the best wrestlers in the world. Like it would be a 5-star classic, into my standpoint. Um,
It would.
number two, number two, Okada. Well, that's sort of Okada. I mean, I know Okada's New Japan, but he's sort of doing AEW stuff. So does he count?
Yeah. I would say he counts because they're kind of like together. Even though they're not together, they are.
Yeah. All right. So I'll count Okada. I'll do Okada versus Roman. I was going to do Okada versus Nakamura, but I'll go by a match we haven't seen before, and we've seen Okada versus Nakamura in New Japan before. So I will do a match we haven't seen before, and that's Okada Roman. Just the visual of two of the biggest like wrestlers in the world in terms of like popularity, aura, and all that. Like when you think of wrestlers that have aura, like there's two you think of: Roman Reigns, and in terms of outside WWE, you think of Okada. Like they just have that superstar behind them, and I just think the visual of having Okada and Roman in the same ring would be incredible. MJF versus The Miz doesn't even need to be a match. Just them in the same ring would be wild. Yes, like in terms of a match, like that doesn't interest me that much. In terms of a promo battle, oh yes, MJF versus The Miz, I would definitely tune in to see them just going back and forth with each other on the mic. I'd be 100% down for that. But yeah, Okada versus Roman Reigns, definitely one for me. I need to see that at some point. That would be incredible. I don't even know who would win that match. Like, who'd win? Probably Roman, if we're being honest. But I think Okada would have put up a fight.
Mm.
Oh, okay. I have to think about the next three. Ooh,
Uh,
let's do a woman one.
yeah.
Uh, I have to think about this one. Oh, God. I'll do EO. I'm just trying to think of who from AEW would I love to see face EO, because I know there are something like Tony and all that, but we've seen that in WWE. I was gonna say Britt Baker, but does that really interest me? EO was Britt. I don't really know. Um, Thunder Rosa. You know what? Thunder Rosa. Like I feel like Thunder Rosa and EO Sky, their styles would complement each other very well. So you know what? I'll go with that. I'll go EO Sky versus Thunder Rosa. Roman Reigns stacks the whole AEW roster, pitted them simultaneously. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you got a fair point. You probably would. Um, yeah, I'll go with that. Uh, hmm. Number four, and this is a match I would love to see in AEW more than WWE, because AEW would be able to pull it off more. And that's a hardcore type of match. John Moxley versus Tommaso Ciampa.
Ah, shoot.
They would kill each other. And I mean kill each other. Now that I would love to see, because just with how hardcore Ciampa can get, and we all know how hardcore Moxley can get. God, like that would be a bloodbath. So yeah, I would like to see that. So yeah, Moxley was Ciampa for my number four. Number five, I'll go with tag team match for this one, and this is going to be a fairly obvious one: the Usos versus the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
It just has to happen. Like if we're thinking about like the top team from WWE versus the top team from AEW, like it just makes the most sense. Like Usos versus Young Bucks has been a dream match for God knows how long. It'd literally be a super kick fest. I know it would. Super kick party, everybody. But even just without the super kicks, like it's two of the best tag teams in the world, so it would be a classic. So yeah, Usos versus Young Bucks would be my fifth and last one.
That is going to be my first one because that's pretty obvious since you already talked about it, and I that'd be my first one. Um, well, not my first one, but none of these are going to be in order. I don't think. Just that'd be my first one I list. Um, if I went for the women, um, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go a different route because I'm looking at her name right now. I'm gonna go a different route. I would go Britt Baker, and I don't know. I think they would have so much chemistry and do really good together. Britt Baker and Liv Morgan. I know that wouldn't. That doesn't really say dream match, but I think they would have good chemistry and they would work really good with their size and all that. Um, I would go. Uh, mm, 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 mm. I would go. I would go Roman versus CM Punk. I would go Roman.
I forgot about Punk. I forgot about Punk. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh Jesus Christ. That would be something. Oh, CM Punk versus Vince. Yes, main event of WrestleMania. Boom, there you go. CM Punk versus Vince. Man, CM Punk versus Roman would be a fucking visual. Like, think about it. Like everyone like just cheering on Punk versus Roman. That would be insane. Literally, the man of WWE versus the guy that rebelled against WWE for years. Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, nice shout.
My next one would be Seth versus Osprey. Seth versus Osprey.
Oh, oh, especially with their Twitter beef that had happened in the past. Yes, that has to happen. Yes, I agree. If there's a match that is involving Seth or Osprey, that's the one. That's the one.
And my last one would be Okada versus John Cena.
Oh, okay. You've got some good ones. Fair play. I had some good ones, and you come up with some good ones yourself. Yes, the man, literally the John Cena of New Japan, essentially, versus John Cena, the man of WWE. Oh, that'd be insane. That would be incredible. Yes, agreed. Fair play. You came up with some great ones there. I honestly thought you was not going to be able to like. After I gave mine, I thought it was like, I wonder like what ones he's going to be able to come up with. Now that I took a lot of the like incredible ones, but you come up with some incredible ones yourself. Fair play.
Another one that I would do as an honorable mention would be Randy Orton and MJF. I think they would work really good together.
Yeah, I feel like they would as well because they have like quite similar like styles.
And
So yeah.
back and forth on the mic. Oh,
Oh, that too. Yeah.
I,
Samoa Joe versus Solo Sikoa. Ooh, quite like a Samoan match. Ooh.
yeah, I like that. I'm mad I didn't see Samoa Joe with one of them. I'm really mad. But
Yeah, me too, to be honest.
um, talking about Samoa Joe, you think he'll go back to WWE eventually or no?
Mm, I feel like if not, I can't believe I even said Vince. If Triple H wants him back, then yeah. If Triple H really wants Joe back and Joe wouldn't mind coming back and possibly doing another run, I could see it. I could see it. I just, I think Triple H will look at Joe's injury problems that have happened with him and be like, maybe I should stay away. But I don't know. It depends. I would love to see him back because I love Joe. Like
Mhm.
anything Joe does, in my opinion, is great. Like yeah, his injury problems have been a problem, but when he's fit and when he's there and when he's able to work, there's nothing that man doesn't do that he just kills it with.
Mm. Okay. So so the last thing that I will ask is, with them doing a forbidden door with New Japan and AEW, do you think WWE will ever join and do that with them? Ever?
If Vince goes, like I'm talking, if Vince pisses off permanently, then yes, I could see Triple H not being petty enough to like just be like, oh yeah, we'll never interact with them whatsoever. I think Triple H being open to it, I do. I think it's unlikely to ever happen, but I wouldn't put it past it to see Triple H at least try it out and just be like, yeah, you know what, this could be a good opportunity to really like get a lot of money in and like just bring a lot of viewers in because like let's be honest. If people see a show that's going to pit WWE stars against AEW stars or New Japan stars, everyone's going to be fucking watching. Everyone's going to be like, "Yep, we're going to watch that,"
Yeah.
because it's something that will happen once in a lifetime, possibly. So yes, I do feel like it could happen if Vince goes away permanently, because I do think Triple H would be open to it.
Yeah, I agree. Vince has to be going that to even do it. But I would love for that to happen because you gotta think, you have different styles of wrestling. AEW has a different style than WWE. New Japan a little bit different. Like everyone got different styles. So like why not contribute and do the best you can for all wrestling fans and just have that one time. I mean, even if it's, say they do it more than once, but they do it maybe every 2, 3 years, not even often, to make it.
No, not like yearly. No, like it doesn't have to be like once a year. Like it could be once every like couple of years or 3 years, like you said. Like not very often at all. But when they do it, it's special.
Yes. Uh,
So yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. That'd be sick. That'd be sick, man. I hope one day we do get to see that, and they come together and make something that's absolutely special. But Vince got to go. Vince got to go.
Vince gotta go.
That's all
In
I.
order for that to happen, Vince gotta go.
Yeah, Vince just has to go. But we'll see. We shall see. Um, been episode 56, Money in the Bank. Even though he hasn't posted on his channel, if you haven't subscribed, I mean, it's his name. You see his name. I don't know. Wait a minute. Imagine it is announced who's in there. Wait a minute. Let me read it.
Ooh. Imagine it isn't announced who the WWE superstar is facing and the AEW superstar comes out mystery opponent style. Ooh. I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't think it will ever happen like that. But never say never. Never say never. That would be an interesting way of doing it. Or like say the first like I would say the first way of doing it would be like maybe the Royal Rumble. They'll have someone from AEW come over and be an entrant to the Royal Rumble or something like that. Like that could be a way of testing the waters.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, I don't see that happening. That'd be crazy to me. But
Never say never. They had Mickey James come over from Impact.
yeah, but that's Impact. That's not their.
True.
Let's be honest. That's not their. big time.
main rivals anymore. No, they used to be in the past, but that's what I mean, right? Like, say if this was like a decade ago, we never would have thought someone from TNA would have come over to WWE to do anything. So I was just saying, never say never. I forgot about Impact. Yeah, we all did, mate. Ever since they became Impact and AEW took over, everyone forgets about Impact.
I don't have time to watch. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No,
But
I barely have time to watch wrestling in general, to be fair.
yeah. That's what it feels like to me a little bit. But I mean, I keep up with it a good bit, so I'm
Yeah,
not.
I keep up with it,
I'm not.
but I I barely have time to watch the show sometimes. But yeah,
Yeah, but this has been episode 56, talking about in the bank and previews on that, and just talking about stuff. A lot of news, worthy stuff, and then top. Our 5 matchups with AEW and WWE if they ever did. Hopefully, I really do hope that they do come together eventually. All hey, you could throw Impact in there because I mean Impact does have a lot of people that are very talented over there.
indeed.
So yeah, but thank you guys. Even if you watch just a little bit, or shoot, I'm always grateful. I don't care if it's for 2 seconds, 1 second, a minute, 5 minutes. Like I'm appreciative to it. But you haven't subscribed to his channel, it's Sniper Bro 2015 2015, right? Or did I say that wrong? Hello? Oh no, don't tell me his thing went out at the end. Oh, bro. Oh, his thing went out at the end. Oh, wait a minute. I can hear him. Hold on. Oh, okay. Whoa. We back for a minute. But
What happened there?
say that again.
What happened there?
I don't know, but his mic is really low. Your mic's really low, so I don't know if it's messed up or not. But thank you guys for coming in. I'm just going to say that. Hope you guys have a great day. And, we got a couple of days until Money in the Bank, or a good amount of days. So we'll see how it goes. But let's hope. Let's all hope for one thing. And, Yusuf, that's not Omos being in the Money in the Bank. That's L.A. Knight being Mr.
LA
Money in the
Knight.
Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hope you guys have a great one, and peace out, y'all.